Hello, 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 and welcome to my channel. Welcome to my live stream tonight. I shall be painting a purple dragon on this awesome sign here. This was given to me from a friend because my friend wanted a purple dragon. So I drew a dragon. Let's see if you can see him here. There's our little guy. He's so cute. And we will be painting this little purple dragon tonight. I'm going to tip the camera just a bit. And so we have our outline of our dragon. And on my tablet that I was sketching this out on, I didn't have a lot of room. I actually only allowed myself this much room, and so I didn't put the, what do you call these things on his back, the little spikes on his back. So I wanted to put spikes on his back and, more of them when we start painting. So we're going to begin with, I think I'll cut this straight across. Not sure why it's got an angle, but I'm just going to use a paper plate tonight for our palette. Because I won't be reusing and I won't be cleaning anything either. And just so I don't knock it around, I'm going to cut that corner right there. There. Cutting and frolicking. And we don't want to get any paint on this black. It's a piece of felt here, so let's put some tape on there and we're going to tape that off. Oh, thank you for the hearts. Hello, Sally Jones. Hi, how are you tonight? All right, so we're getting our green tape to cover up that black piece of felt for our sign, which I just love this sign. I don't know if it's coming out backwards or not in this video, but let me lift up the camera so maybe you can read the whole thing. It is pretty cool. There we go. You're doing good, Sally? Oh, that's good to hear. I'm glad. Sally Jones. I haven't ever heard that name. I mean, I have in like movies, I think. Kind of a movie name. Whoopsie. All right. We'll cut our tape. And put it away. And we're just going to tape off that felted piece there. Hopefully that is good enough. And we're going to focus on our dragon. Oh, nice thumbs up. Thank you, Sally. All right, bringing this down. And we're going to do some little designs around the edges and some flowers. I don't know, I penciled that in and then I kind of painted over it and it smudged a little bit, but we're going to see if we can't cover that up. And now here is our dragon, which I drew earlier today, and she's so cute. I just love her. She's just like the queen, just to go with the sign, the queen, and the queen lived happily ever after. So this is our dragon queen. Okay, so here's our palette. Now let's put some paint on the palette here tonight. And we're going to start with our Artist Loft because that's what they had at the store. Purple. And we're going to, of course, mix in some white because we don't want it too dark. We use the dark for shadows, so we'll use some white. And that way we can make our purples from dark to light, light to dark. And we're going to use some yellow and green for the flowers, but we're going to start with purple. various shades of purple. And you know what? You can't have purple without pink. And I have a really fun, let's see, oops, I just killed my yellow. A fun purple, and it's a iridescent, let's see, I have iridescent pink for highlighting. And that will look very awesome next to the purple. So let's go ahead and we'll get that out. Sally Jones says, great job. Thank you, Sally. I appreciate that. I'll just put a little bit of pink right here. Well, actually, you know what? I've got enough pink for now. I'll let that sit upside down and the paint can drip down. Now, I picked out a couple of brushes earlier. And as every artist knows, you never have the exact right brush you want. That's why we have so many brushes. And I always have a spot where I keep the brushes that I use the most. And none of these are small enough for me. I want this one, but smaller. This one is called a filbert brush. As you can see, it's got kind of a rounded, pointy tip. Not too rounded, not too pointy. And here's my jar of other brushes. So I'll just find a smaller one for now. So I think this is my square brush jar. But I did find one here. It's sort of rounded, not too rounded, but it's definitely smaller, and that's what we need tonight. Aw, thank you for the hearts. That's pretty cool of you. I'm going to grab a pile of white and a teeny bit of purple. That's what we're going to start our color off with. I should have put these back further now that I'm doing it. And I want this paint to extend a little bit, and I have acrylic paint extender instead of water, so it won't dilute it, but it will make it go farther. Whoops, just a couple drops is all you need, not too much. That's good. And we're going to mix that in with our lavender. And then we'll add a little bit of water to thin it out. Just whatever fits on the brush here. Just like that. This is going to be so beautiful. I've always loved dragons, and the minute my friend told me she wanted a purple dragon on her sign, I was like, yeah, I'll do that. So I did that. But because I'm right-handed, I don't want to put my hand in the paint palette. So I'm going to keep that over here on this side, and we'll move this over just a teeny bit. There we go. I think you can see the palette and the dragon right now, if I'm doing this right. And I think I am. I think you can, hopefully you can see that okay. And I'll try to even this out a little bit. All right, so let's put our base down, a nice pretty lavender. And we're just gonna give our dragon some color right off the bat. Because who doesn't love purple? I know I love purple. I've always loved purple. Pink and purple, those were my colors. This is going to be the prettiest dragon. And I had fun drawing her, and it didn't take me as long as I thought it would. I thought it would take me a really long time to draw this dragon today, but it didn't. She just popped right on out. And I did have a photo reference, which this looks nothing like, but it was the personality of the photo reference that I liked so much. And I think I captured that with this dragon. And I'm pulling and pushing, pull and push, and it gives me a little ledge right there. And when I traced it, I went too far over that away, but that's okay. we'll just add some bigger wings or something back here, or whatever we want to add. It's art, it's all subjective, and we can have it however we want. And I just realized I forgot this little gal's foot. We'll have to add a foot in there. And here's wings. We've got to have our dragon wings or she can't fly. Oh, I love those hearts. Thank you so much, Sally. And I know these horns are going to be white, but I'm just going to put a base of lavender on them anyway. And this is also going to be part of the wing. Okay, let's clean off that brush. Now the crown, we can make the crown purple or gold. In my photo reference, the dragon had a crown and it was purple and it looked really pretty, so maybe I'll stick to that purple theme. And using the smaller brush here, I'm going to put these two to the side since I'm not using them right now. I'm going to use this longer brush, get off some of that water. And we've got our water and we have our paint medium. And we're using acrylic paints with water tonight. And oh, I was going to draw in a little foot. I just realized when I traced my drawing onto this, I did not put the back foot on. So let's do that right now. Or I may have, and then it may have just like not traced over. Let's see, you can't really see that. Let me use this darker pencil here. We're doing 4 little feety things. I think that'll work just fine. And when we do some shading, it's going to bring this out. Nice and pretty like. Give our dragon some toes or claws. And bring this around for the tail. Add a little bit more water here. We want this nice and thin. And I usually use a spray bottle to keep my paints from drying out. Give them a little spritz. That works real nice. Okay, we're going to pull this around. Load up that brush. I'm twisting it because I want the paint to come, I want more control. I'm pushing some paint off while I'm rolling it toward the tip at the same time. And we'll do that one more time because we want to make a little circle here for the tail. And bring that right around. It's going to be so pretty. I love dragons and I love purple, so this will be my first dragon. I've been wanting to paint a dragon on my channel for quite some time, and so I thought this would be the perfect opportunity to do that. Now we'll take a little bit of the dark purple, and we're going to mix some of that in with our medium, with our lavender, to darken it up a little bit. Hey Steve, how are you? Hi! Welcome to my stream tonight. Oh, how exciting. I promise I won't talk to you too much, but I am so excited you're here. And hopefully your trees are doing well. And we're painting a purple dragon tonight. Okay, so this is where some shadow is going to go right here. Maybe a little darker, a little more paint. It's twisting it around. This is more of a liner brush, so it's not the best one. Bayo, hi Bayo. How can you talk too much? Okay, is that a joke, a question, or a punchline? um, just kidding. Okay, we're making our foot darker. So we want her pretty little her nails to stand out. I mean claws. But it's a purple dragon, so it can be nails. I'm just adding a touch more water to the tip of our brush here to thin out that darker purple. And let's go ahead and line out our crown, because our dragon queen has a crown. You can tell when I'm really focusing because I get real quiet. Now, even though I'm going to put another layer of lavender on her, I'm just going to go ahead and start putting in some shadows. So I have a lot of paint on my brush. And if I can see her smiley face. And there's her nose. Okay. Clean that brush off. Bayo, it's what I ask myself. How can you talk too much? That's awesome. Okay, so clean that brush off. We've used both of these brushes. Oh my goodness. My allergies are kicking in. I don't know if they're allergies, but I'll tell you what, this time of year, I cough quite a bit. All right, we're gonna go back to our other brush. Come over here, little buddy. And get off the extra water, and we're gonna do one more layer of lavender on our Miss Queen Dragon here. Because we just want that to have a nice coat before we do all the detail work. And acrylics dry really fast, so that's good if you are in a hurry and you want a quick painting like I usually do when I do my live streams. And I was trying to do oils, which you can also do pretty quick. They just don't dry as fast. And there is a little bit more involved in the cleaning. There's a little bit more cleaning. Acrylics, you can be kind of lazy. Not that I want to tell on myself. Okay, adding a little bit more water to this lavender for the wings here. And give that one more coat. It's gonna be so pretty. And a little bit on her horns and ears. All right. So yeah, it didn't take me too long to draw this dragon this afternoon. I was quite surprised at myself for being able to pop this out. It took me maybe, once I found my subject matter, I think it took maybe not even an hour to draw this little dragon. And for those of you who didn't come in right away, like Miss Sally came in right away. Steve, multitask, yes. That is fun concept. Like reading my comments while I am painting. And sometimes I'm so focused I don't even realize my hand is all like in a weird position or something over here, just hanging out, not doing anything. Okay. Now our dragon, I did not draw in all of the little dragon, what do you call these? Spikes or whatever on his tail, because when I transferred my drawing from my paper onto this board, the drawing was cut off, and so I forgot about that. So we'll add more of the tail in later. In the meantime, we'll give her a little shadow of some spikes here, here, and here. I saw this, and Bayo, everyone isn't always a painter, but we need people to appreciate the paintings almost more than anything. Without people to appreciate art, artists have no audience and nobody to appreciate them. So we definitely need artist appreciators. Okay, adding some water. And we're going to have to add a little more white and purple together because we're going to line out some of our details and we want that darker purple. And we're also going to add a little bit more of our paint medium to extend the paint. Just a couple little drops. And we have a nice mixture of paint. And I always mix with my brushes, so I get a lot of paint that sticks in my brush. So I'll just scrape it off with my palette knife. Look at how much paint I've got on there. It's a lot. And we'll just smush it right down here on our palette. And I'm cleaning off my palette knife, but not where you can see me. It's off camera. All right, so we got a little bit darker of purple here for some shading. There, you could add some details to this dragon. Nice. And are you in art class? Or is this the class? What kind of details would you add, Bayo? Interested to know. Okay, we need more water here because we need this a lot thinner. And I'm probably using the total wrong brush. I am, because most of the paint is staying inside for big, long lines. So let me get a different brush here for those details. And this is definitely a better one. It's smaller. It's got more of a point to it. And I do notice that there's a couple little frays sticking out. So we're going to cut those off. Not over the paint. But this is where the light is. Okay, I think we got it. Get some water on there. Miriam, welcome. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining. And where are you from? Okay, let's try this new brush. Much better. We'll have quite a bit more control over these lines, I think. Yep. Okay, let's give our dragon some spikiness up on her face there. And bring out her eye a little bit. And she's got a little bit of a beard. I always give dragons beards. I just think it looks cool. I think a beard looks like distinguished. And maybe a little bit fierce. I think fierce would be a good word. And this is a heart. I'm trying to make it look like a little heart. It's so small, it's hard to tell. Okay. Marianne, or Maryam. Very nice. You're a professional. Well, I have not scholared. I have just had a experience. I've done quite a bit of painting, and lucky for me, I'm able to do murals now on this awesome restaurant here in Florida. And I'll tell you, that story is a good story of how that came about. Artists always trying to find a way to do what they love. I'm still trying to sell my regular canvas art. I have this gorgeous octopus, and it's just sitting here in my house, but I do get hired to do murals and signs and things. And other um, like type of personal things, regular paintings, I mean. Okay, so let's use our sprayer. Keep our palette nice and wet. Lots of water. I like lots of water when I paint. But thanks for saying that I'm a professional. That's very nice of you. Cheryl, hello Cheryl. So pretty. Thank you. Miriam, you are impressed with my work. You truly. Oh, thank you for saying that. Oh, hearts to you. Thank you, Mary. That is so nice of you to say. I am trying very hard to make it in life as a professional artist. I quit. I had a couple of jobs. I've always had at least two jobs because one job never could pay my bills. And believe me, I don't even have that much bills, but they just didn't pay enough. So I've always had a couple of jobs. And I was working 6 days a week, and I just got tired and burned out. And I'm like, I'm always drawing at work. It's all I want to do. So I just quit all my jobs and decided to just do art and go for it. Because you never know, you know, how much time you have. Unfortunately, I hate to say that, but it's true. So I figured, well, it's time I took time for me and not everybody else. And so far, I've done several months and I've been okay. And I've been super happy, super, super happy. It's been amazing. It's been an amazing journey to become from working corporate to just being a full-time artist. And the work is, it comes and it goes depending on the day or the week or the month. Oop, where's his belly? Her belly. I can say his belly. I think dragons can change from a her to a him or a him to a her depending on their mood, depending on the story too. There's so many different dragon stories. All right, let's get some darker. Now I'm twisting my brush to control the paint on it and to make a nice line so I can do these details better. And I'm making a long, oops, I need more paint. Nice long, add more pressure toward the base, less pressure toward the tip, and kind of curve it around to make it look like the wing is got, some shape and movement to it. Add a little bit more purple to that. Now we have our paint medium, we have our water, And we're using acrylic paints. And this brush is, there's no number on this brush. It's just a gold brush. Someone probably gave it to me. And I will buy cheap brushes because I go through them a lot. I don't always clean my brushes wonderfully like you should, but I do try to, at least most of the time. Sometimes I'm tired. Thank you, Mariam, for that comment. I'll give you a heart too. Bayo, the palette and your painting are reflections of each other. Oh, very cool. Yeah, kind of. It kind of does swerve up, doesn't it? Ooh, that's deep. All right, so this dragon's wings have little curves in the crutches. Let's get that curve in there. And I want these lines to be pretty prominent. So you can see that wing is a wing and a little shadowy behind it, behind the dragon scales. Or I don't know, what do you call those things? They're not really scales. Spikes, I guess, on the dragon. And we're going to have some highlight. So this is where the shadow is going to be on our dragon. And then the light will get kind of, we're making a line where our light is going to shine on the wing. And down here it won't shine at all because it's kind of underneath everything. And now let's add a little bit more water. And more spikes. This is really fun. I love purple and I love dragons. Bayo, it's like a seahorse beside a dragon. Yeah, you're right. I see it. That's pretty cool. Seahorse. Let's give him an eye. That's what creators do. They see things like what you're seeing, Bayo. So you must be a creator, a creative person. Can't get that eye in there. It's just blending in. That's okay. Get a little bit more white. I don't want too dark of purple. It's important to have enough of the color you want so you don't have to keep mixing it. A lot of times I'll either have way too much, like I feel like I do tonight, or not enough. Okay, now this spike is going to come around like this because the back of the tail is where our spike is going to be. Let's get a little darker purple because we're down toward the bottom where the shadow, it's more dark at the bottom because the sun doesn't shine down here as much. And so we're going to bring our spikes out because her tail is twisted, so we kind of want it to look like it's twisted a little bit. A twisted tail of the dragon. And this brush really isn't the best one, but I usually stick to whatever brush I started with, and this is the one I started with, so we'll just keep using it. I just turned my fan on. I'm very warm. It's a warm day down here in Florida. Anybody else have a warm day? I love these spiky things. Okay, tail spikes, I guess. We'll call them tail spikes. And keep making points. Underneath this green, we have a black felt. Black felt. And let's make a point here. And here, not too much because it's going to go into her little toenails. So I'll just have a little wisp of a hint of a spike. Okay, adding a lot of water, but we're going to use our bigger brush because we need to get done before tomorrow. I'm going to shade up underneath. And the light's going to hit kind of up. We want a little spot where the light's going to shine. So mostly on her back. I'm going to darken up the tail. We always want to do layers when we're painting. You really can't get the best painting from just doing one layer of paint. It's always good to have a couple different layers. Now this board that the sign is on had some roughness to it, which is kind of cool because a dragon's skin has roughness. So I was kind of thinking it was just perfect for this. Now, when you go out of the lines, like I just did, you can fix it. All you need is a Q-tip. I thought I brought some Q-tips in here. Let me take a peek. I did. I like to keep Q-tips around because they work like magic erasers with when you're painting on with acrylic. And Galactic Shy, hello, welcome. Yes, all is well. Thank you for asking. And you love dragons too? Awesome. Now this is vodka, and I'm putting a little bit of vodka on the Q-tip. I learned this so many years ago when I had this class that was called toll painting. It was like over 20 years ago. And I had never bought alcohol before. And I'm reusing, this is a coconut one, but just you want plain vodka. You don't want flavored or anything like that. Nothing fancy, plain old vodka. And I'm kind of erasing. The sooner you erase, the better. And then you have to be very delicate about it because you don't want to take off too much paint. Okay, where was it that oh, here. Right here a little bit. I think there was a little bit of spot. But it works really well for removing paint, unwanted paint. You know, now I'm looking at it, I don't even know where it was. I wanted to erase it, so I hope I got it. Galactic Shy. Me and Bayo love vodka. Cheers. I'll just say cheers, guys. This is cranberry juice, though, with ice. I have cranberry and vodka. Okay, so I've got several brushes. I'm going to bring this up and over because we've got this cool sign that we're painting it on, and I wanted you guys to see the sign. It says, I think you can read it there. Get all the way over there. This is a sign that the person gave me that she wanted the purple dragon on. And I love it. And I actually have a purple, I thought I had a purple marker. Blue is good. Blue. Oh, excuse me. Getting all clogged up. I think it's because my air conditioner hasn't gone off. Okay, so we're going to use blue instead of dark purple. And we're going to do some details. Let's bring this back down here. Where were we? See if we can get that sweet spot again. Galactic Shy, that's cute. Thank you. Mary says, good and keep going. Nice. Bayo, yes, there is another use for vodka. And I don't know Chinese, but hello, Chinese person, or whatever language that is. Galactic Shy, what was your most challenging piece of art you have ever done? Ooh, well, that's a good question. Ooh, that's pretty dark. Well, now that I did it, no, I don't have to. I'm going to use my magic eraser because I used acrylic paint and take some of that off. Yeah, see, I changed my mind. Look at that, dark blue gone. Yeah. I can see I'm doing too much because I'm pulling, and you can just use water too. You don't have to use vodka, although it does work very well. You can also use water. And just rub it for a minute. I thought I had a purple, let's see, maybe I have a marker or something. I had a bunch of markers. Where are they? Aha! I have found my marker set. And here they are. So, and there is purple. Let's pull that out. That should be great for details. There's another purple one and a couple more purple ones just in case I don't like the first two or three. It's good to have options. So I'm thinking about that question, Galactic. It'll give me a minute. Hey, Galactic, do you stream? Are you a streamer? I know Bayo does. I'm still looking at your palette and seeing different things. Well, you have an eye for art, Bayo. I'm telling you what. That's pretty cool. All right, this is a dark purple. Let's see what it does. I like it. I think this is exactly what I needed. Yep, perfect. Yay! And this is a Bic marker. It's not even paint. That's okay though. So we'll call this a mixed media piece. And we'll just outline some details with this. Like her eyes. And we want her to have nice dark eyes. And we have that purple here. So I'm going to take my, where's that little brush? My big liner brush with lots of water on it. Just on the tip though, not on the whole thing, because it'll drip down into the tip and make that too wet if you get too much water. So I'm going to get a nice dark purple, and I'm twisting the brush to get off extra paint and make that tip pointy. Now we'll give her an eye, an eyeball. A little bit of a cheekiness there. And a bit darker nose. They're pretty. I like it. And switching over to this little tiny brush, I want to push that paint around just to darken up the lower side of her face. Let's see if we can do any details with this one. I don't really like using the marker. If I can use paint. Oh, that'll work. Now this is her ear right here. This brush is so soft it doesn't pull right. We're firing this brush. Like I said, the hardest thing sometimes is to find the right and perfect brush to use when you're painting. Need something with a little more stamina to it. Boat God! Hi, Boat God! Galactic. You don't stream, just enjoy watching? Oh, that's good. And you changed your name because you used to be just Galactic. Okay, gotcha. How are you doing, Boat God? Welcome back. Welcome back. Do you like the purple dragon? I'm finally actually painting a dragon, and I'm so excited to be doing that. I've been threatening and threatening. I'm over here cleaning brushes. Well, I'm hoping this doesn't really have a point on it now that I look at it. I just need something perfect. This one's even smaller. Let's see how that one does when it's wet. It's hard to say. We'll give the first one a shot. Let's see how that does. No, nothing. That can be so frustrating to me. I have like 12,000 brushes and I never have the right brush. Nope, that one's too short. Well, I can try a flat brush. This is a flat angled brush. You can see there's an angle to it, I think. So let's give that a shot. We want to keep our palette nice and wet. And let's see how that does. I think that'll work. Okay. Beo the Wild, aka Jafferon Miggy Azalea. That's pretty crazy. Boat God, I love dragons. Nice. And I'm doing good. Oh, good. I'm glad to hear that. And you're always studying. You're a good studier. I'm glad to see that you're doing that still. So you keep up that good work. You should be almost out of school, right? It seems like you've been in school forever. Okay. Let's get this horns down. And we're getting somewhere. Back here's a little bit of a horn. And that's his big old ear. And just a light touch on the tip of this angled brush. I really thought I had a, what do you call it? A purple marker, a fine tip one, so I could do details. Let's try this one here. That seems to do okay for now. This is great for fine details. So we'll use this little guy. A little circle and a diamond and a heart and another diamond and a circle. I'm going to zoom in a little bit. Hopefully you can see that. And it's so cute. I just love it. Okay, so that paint is still wet, but that's all right because this marker is still working. And since it's working so well, I'm going to give her some eyelashes. Clean up her eyes a little bit, make them cheekier. And we'll define her nose a little more. And the spikes. And bring out her horns. You know how deer have horns and they like rub their horns off? I don't know if anyone knows that. Deer have antlers and they're all like covered with velvet when they're young. And then when they get older, they rub the velvet off on trees and then their antlers become like bones. See, I need a new Q-tip because that one's got too much paint on it. And I can't remember, I think this is an old, like a dental floss case that works perfect for holding Q-tips. I like to reuse stuff because otherwise you wind up buying it at the craft store for like $5 or $10. And this saves you a lot of money when you can repurpose containers. Okay. A little bit of vodka on the tip there, and I'm rubbing some of it off. Squeezing out some of the excess vodka off of the Q-tip. And we do have our positive potato with us tonight because we want to keep good positive attitudes. So even if you can't paint a purple dragon, you can enjoy watching one be painted. And I'm using the dry side. I think I'll just take white and go over that with white to define it when I'm done. That might be a pencil line I painted over actually, now that I look at it. Excuse me. Okay. Let's go back to some details here. Bayo, I wish I had a copy of these. Of these what? A copy of these transcripts? I think there is a way you can look at it. I don't know if you can. I think I can. And if you ever do want a copy, let me know and I'll see what I can do for you. You know, like if you want copies of the comments or whatever. I'm pushing under this tape. Like I said, there's a piece of black felt under here that we didn't want to get paint on. That's part of this sign. This is the best dragon. I'm so excited. Usually I do a lot of scales on dragons, but I'm not going to do that with this one. I might do some scales, but I'm not going to do a lot of scales. I think we need another one right in there. Let's see. Yep, I'm clogging up. It must be getting near 10 o'clock, maybe? I always start clogging up around 10 o'clock at night. Okay, so let's get a little dark. We want some, ooh, let's see here. This is a bigger tip, so we should be able to get darker, a little better darkness underneath. There we go, that's good. And shade that up a little more. that nice and dark behind it and shadowy. And then we'll use our pink highlights. And down here is kind of shadowy too. This is so fun. Okay, am I drawing? Okay, I brought these up this way. A few minor details. This one does not want to do it. Make it do it. It was quite textured there, and I tried getting rid of it, and it didn't not want to go away. So that's part of our dragon drawing tonight. And let's bring out that horn a little bit more. I think we'll need some paint for that. Yeah. I'm going to clean the brush off. I got a lot of paint on there, so I'm going to go back over it with a dry brush and push some of that paint away. There, that's good. Okay, well, hopefully, you know how like YouTube will make like little shorties from our live streams, and it'll probably do the part where I'm coughing. It'll pick like the worst, most random times and then make a little short of this video. So I'm just doing a little shading underneath of each scale to make them pop out. And let's do a few little scales. Not too many. We just want the hint of scales on our dragon. Rather than having the whole thing full of scales, we only need a hint. And we're running out. These markers don't do really well. Oh, here, this one's doing much better. Whoa, yay, we found a good one. That helps a lot. Maybe I should throw those other two away and just keep this one out. Limit my choices from worst to the best. Yeah, oh yay, we can detail now. Oh, that's so much better. Oh, I'm so happy. And I'm not pushing too hard. I notice when I do, the paint kind of pulls up. I used gesso as a base on this before I painted on whatever this surface was. And let's get our little dragon spikes more prominent. Right on down to the tail. We want to get those nice and spiky looking. And our little queen dragon. We'll do little baby spikes down here. There. Beautiful. Now, what kind of marker is this? It doesn't even have a name on it, but it's working really well. And a little shading right there. And we're going to make this front of her breasts palette's nice and prominent as well. That's way better. And can make her eye a little darker. And her eyelashes. Okay. So now we're going to add some pink. Pinkity pinkity pink. This is an iridescent paint. It's going to give her some shine. I don't even know this brand. It's a brand I've never heard of, but it works pretty good. And we're going to use our first brush we used, which is a number 4. And I find it's always good to add white to the iridescent. It gives it more fullness, I guess. The color can be very transparent without it, which is good if you want that. And I think I may have used too much white. Let's add a little more pink in here. Very nice. Okay, let's try it on her wings. Get some iridescent wings. Now I'll hold this up in a minute and then you'll see the shine of the iridescence on it. Doesn't always show right off the bat, depends on the way the light is angled. Let's see if we can see any of that shine. Not really, but that's okay. Let's use some white for highlights. And I'm using my short, flat, angled brush. We're going to highlight this horn and the ear a little bit. And then we're just going to bring down a little bit of shine down on the center of the wings. Like that. And a little bit on her face. Just maybe a little bit up here. And a little spot on her eye. All right. And now we'll take our, I think we'll do like a, let's see, a hot pink. Whatever this color is. It says Plum Fresh. And it looks like I have not used this one yet. The cap is still on it. All right. Try to do this without making too big of a mess. Looks really nice and shiny. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to float that color around the dragon, around the outside of the dragon. I want it just to have a little bit of cloud effect, kind of. Kind of a cloud effect. All right, that looks good. Gabby did zoom again. Your dragon's so cute. Thank you. Thank you. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for your comment. That's so awesome of you to say that. And we're just bringing this around. This is I think this is the first time I've been really excited about a drawing or a painting I'm doing. Usually I've done like stuff that I haven't been super proud of. Sometimes I am, but I'd say that I love dragons too, so that's why I'm liking it. And I've always been wanting to paint a dragon on my stream. So I'm so excited to finally have a chance to do that. Okay, I'm getting that purple circle everywhere. I don't think it was quite dry yet. Either that or the color is mixing with the markers. Now, I wanted to give her a little teeny beard because I like our dragons having beards. This one just has a little baby beard. There we go. Little baby beard. She's so cute. I just love her. So we're not doing a lot of scales, just a few, just so it looks like our dragon has scales, but not to the point where that's what the whole body is about. It's the essence of scales. So let's see, let's do one more here. That's pretty cool. I like that. I can get carried away doing scales. I'm telling you what, it is so calming for me to do scales for some reason. And I love doing them on like mermaid tails as well. Mana, hi Mana Azad. It is Tuesday. Hey sis. Gabby is on tonight. I don't know if you're still here, but thank you for joining, Gabby. And Mana was saying hi to Boat God. Hi, Boat God. My sister Mana is here. And thank you. I drew this dragon this afternoon. And I was really excited about how well she turned out. And then I actually took time to transfer it onto the board here. And this is a wooden sign. That I'm painting for somebody. That nice and dark underneath that. Okay. And let's give our dragon some scales on his tail. It's our dragon queen, so I guess I'll have to say her tail. I'm just going to do a few little bumps here and there. I'm going to outline this tail a little bit more. Nice. Now the rest of it, oh, this is turning out very nice. Check that out, guys. So that goes well with the sign, I think. And I'm going to leave this tape on. You can see there's, I'll show you. There's some black felt underneath here that we don't want to get any, and it's glued onto this board, so we don't want to get any paint onto that. And I'm good at getting paint on everything. Oh, I forgot to do her crown. Hello. Where's the camera? Bring it over here. Our crown needs a little more oomph because she is a queen. Triangle, 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 circle, and heart. Very nice. Okay, now over here we've got some petals. And this is just going to finish the rest of it off. I'll just use markers for that. My paint pens, I should say. And I think I'll start with a light green. And my positive potato is like falling asleep, but she says, "Positive potato, I may be a tiny potato, but I believe in you. Go do your thing." So be positive. Because if no one else believes in you, a potato does. Okay. So we're going to do some swirlies around the edges. Not push too hard on this marker. See, I need better glasses. I'm going to get a different pair of glasses on here. I think I go through, oh wow, I can see way better now. Oh, this just totally made the whole difference. It's important to have good glasses so you can actually see what you're doing. All right, so we're just making some swirlies. These are acrylic markers and I love them. And these are by Sharpie. And it's actually paint. So we can use it just like we use regular paints. And we can erase it like we do regular paints as well. This one got kind of whacked out because I'm too close to it. Okay, now we'll bring it this way. I know you probably can't see what I'm doing. My hand's probably in the way. Let me try to move it. It's good to have long, flowy movements when you do swirlies like these. Okay. Now I am going to have to move this tape over a little bit because it's covering my area that I need to draw on. There. Isn't that pretty? I love this. This is so fun. I don't know why. No matter what stream I do, it always says I have 3 people. And I'm wondering, do I only ever have 3 people watching, you know? And then I wonder why I'm doing it. But that's okay. Like last time I had 2 new subscribers, and the time before that I had 2 new subscribers. Although I was watching this one girl, on YouTube, and oh my gosh, she's amazing, the most amazing kid. She makes her own dragon hand puppets, and I was so impressed with her. I subscribed, and she gets like 10 subscribers every 10 minutes. She's so good at whatever it is she does it really well. And that little girl is going to be like not needing anything for the rest of her life because she does a great job making these hand puppets, and people send her their own little puppets in the mail, like finger puppets and stuff. Oh, it's so cool. I think she was just the most creative thing ever. But God, some of the people just leave, don't worry, while you draw and not look at chat. 13 people beyond. Oh, thank you, Boat God. You're so awesome. And there's 6 people now. Yeah. Well, I appreciate that. I can't say I'm the most entertaining, plus you can't see me, so that's kind of a bummer. I've really got to get some equipment where you can see me while I'm drawing and my palette. And I think it'd make a huge difference in streaming. Okay, now we want some yellow flowers, so we're going to use yellow. Do I have yellow? Ooh, I do. I have a yellow paint marker, a Sharpie acrylic paint marker. The gal that I'm doing this for loves purple and yellow, and she loves yellow flowers. So I'm going to pull and push, pull and push. And that's actually, this has a really good point to it. Let's bring this down a little so you can see the flowers better. And we'll have to outline those, I guess. I'll see if I have a darker yellow pen. And some more yellow over here, just little pops of color, very whimsical. I think too, streaming Boat God, Mana, I think it helps me because it's something that I do consistently now, and it helps keep me focused. And it makes me have some kind of schedule. It's probably the only thing I do that I actually keep to a schedule is stream every Tuesday and Thursday. So I'm really glad that I made that a goal last year, because I will stream even if I don't feel like it, or even if it's crappy, or if I think it's crappy. Nice whimsical yellow. And I like yellow highlights on leaves. Where's my other leaves? Here's some leaves. And then the centers. What color should I make the centers? We're almost done with this whole sign. I'm so excited. I'm doing it sideways so you can kind of see like the whole thing better. I think maybe I can't turn the camera enough, so, but I think that's looking really good. And I have orange. Uh-oh, I've got a low battery. Surprise. Oops. Luckily, I have my phone charger right here with me, so we can just plug that right in and get on with the show. Okay. So let's do a little orange centers. I'm just going to put a teeny bit of orange on every petal. Just a teeny bit, just to make it pop. And it looks like I missed these two leaves when it came to doing the, ew, I don't like that. Got too much. Just sometimes the little details can just make a difference in your paintings. So it's good to do those sometimes. Okay. And the yellow on the leaves I forgot about. Here's one and here's one. And I also want to bring out some more of that green. And we'll have a couple little green leaves coming off of these. Just little hints. And this one too, I had way over here, I have a little bit of green coming off. And let's put some dots. Let's see, do I have a darker green? I don't. I have watercolor and markers. Here's a nice dark marker we can try. Let's see how this does for dots. Perfect. And these are some of the details that I'm talking about. You just add a few details to your designs sometimes, and it can make quite a bit of a difference. And it definitely adds something to your paintings. Little circles. I think it gives the eye more to look at as well. I'm putting a little leaves down here by these little flowers and some stems. I think we're just about done here. I think that looks very nice, and hopefully the queen will be happy with her new purple dragon. So there we have it. The queen dragon tonight. I'm very happy with her. Thank you for joining me, you guys. It's been such a pleasure talking with you all and having you back. Thank you, Bayo. Angel, hi. Thank you. It's good to see you. Angel. And whoever's giving me hearts, thank you for those hearts. And who said, oh, okay, I see that. But yeah, let's see if we can see some of that shine from that iridescent paint. I'm trying to see it, but I really don't. There's a little bit of shine, but it doesn't look anything more than the usual what you would see. But I think she'll be very happy with this. I'll put like a little clear coating over it. I'll just spray it and it'll have a nice clear coating and be nice and shiny and all ready for her. And we'll tape this back up so it doesn't get shiny on the felt. All right, guys, have a great night. Thank you for hanging out with me for this hour. Appreciate it. You've been great. I can't wait to see you again on Thursday. And Mana, thank you so much for joining me tonight. What a great surprise. And also, Steve, it was so nice of you to pop in. And Bayo, you've been such a regular. I wish I could do something for you. I don't have anything I can do for anybody except say thank you. And thank you for watching. And you guys all have a great night.